Good afternoon guys, back again for another edition of Andy Goes Off on a Tangent. So I've decided to convert this little box trailer into a micro off-grid caravan, that's what I'm going to call it, yeah, off-grid caravan. I've already made a start, stud work, it's kind of gone on. I've left a hole here for the window which is going to go in, but I've run out of wood, so I'm going to go and try and do another really impractical thing, and that's go to Wickes and buy some wood in the smallest car in the world. This one. So we're all probably guilty of spending too much time on Instagram looking at all the things we could possibly be doing with our lives that isn't what we're supposed to be doing. And I've ended up coming across something pretty cool looking, which is these kind of little micro caravans that people are using to sort of take off-road and kind of just, you know, pitch up anywhere that's all self-contained. And I thought, yeah, I could combine that with some kind of off-grid fancy setup and we could have something really interesting. Anyway, let's go and get some wood. Right, I need some insulation. I need some more wood for the studs. Right, this is the stuff we need, apparently. Thermal insulation. And then some of these. This is my life, guys. They actually fit pretty well. On the way back now. And as if by magic, I've come back and it's done. Yeah, I bloody wish. It's 2 weeks later now, and I've just spent the last 2 weeks doing this. Every bit of spare time I've had, I've been in here, been driving Sarah nuts with it, and I've just basically managed to pull this off. I can't really believe how I've done it. I've had to, because I'm not very good at woodwork, I'm not very good at carpentry, I don't do enough of it to actually get enough practice, so it has been a struggle, I won't lie, it has been a struggle. But I've managed to get it done, I've managed to get all the woodwork side of it out of the way, so that I can actually get onto the fun bit, which is the electrical side, and the off-grid bit, which is the main reason why I wanted to do this. So I've had to do walls, I've had to do the floor, I've had to do, you know, come up with some kind of ceiling, do insulation, put this window in the side, which was a bit of a pain, but you know, we got there in the end. Had to pre-think all the wiring, done LED lighting around the outside and inside, had to come up with some sort of way of housing the battery box, come up with a cupboard. Yeah, I actually made this cupboard and it actually works, which is just unbelievable. And we got a colour control Victron. All the Victron stuff is behind there. I'm going to do another video to cover all this sort of stuff, but basically Victron very kindly gave me a colour control GX to run this system. You know how much I love Victron stuff, and you know how I've been trying to get them to support some of the projects, but they've come through and I'm really happy about it. So thanks Victron so much for this. This is really awesome, and I wanted this mainly so that I could show you guys, you know, really easily the system and how it's kind of working, how it's performing. So you can see at the moment battery's charging off of the solar, and we've got some loads going out which is charging another battery which is on the other side of this wall. As I say, I'm going to be covering lots more on this going forward, but basically it's getting pretty hot in here, it's pretty sunny outside. I've got a thermostat on here which controls this infrared heating panel. More on this stuff later. This is an unbelievable bit of kit. Got plug sockets in here as well, which feed off the main thing. This little funky little thing's a light switch. For these, you can actually dim this on here. This was an IKEA special. These actually run off of mains power. They're 24 volts, but it's got a step down transformer. Now I know loads of people would go, why aren't you running your LED lights off of the 12 volt battery you've got? Well, yeah, basically I can't because they're 24 volts anyway. But to be honest, the efficiency on the little transformer, I don't know if you'll be able to see it if I open this. You might be able to see it down, there's loads of wiring. Yeah, the efficiency on this little transformer is unbelievable. It doesn't even move the needle, you know, on power consumption. So it'll be interesting to see how that performs. Another thing I'm super happy about, which I'll show you a bit later, is the exterior lighting which I've done on this. I'll show you when it's dark because I think it looks pretty cool. So yeah, anyway, I've got some other bits to finish up. I need to sort of tidy this wire up. I'm going to actually do like an Android powered TV system which I'm putting on here, because you know I supply the Android TV boxes. If you don't already know that, I supply those through CloudStow, so you can just go and check them out. Basically just converts a normal TV or monitor into an Android display. So that's what I'm going to use for one of those, because it'd be good for kind of demoing that stuff. I'm really happy about this door. I think it looks really nice with this this sort of PVC backing. I was going to do the same with this one, the same as the ceiling as well, but I think I'm going to have to use wood for this because I want to put some shelves or some kind of storage on this one. This is probably going to be the door that holds the TV. So now what you're thinking it's a bit small, Andy. I don't know how you're going to get in there, but I can basically lay down in here. It's about the size of a small double bed, this space, so I might, I'll tell you what, it's just done me in. this whole thing. This has done my back in. It's done. I'm starting to feel my age now. When you start doing this sort of stuff and you're a bit older, you'll realise. So yeah, as a reminder, if you haven't seen the other video, this is a 300 watt solar panel on the top of here. It's one of the Panasonic HIP panels. Really insane amount of power comes out of that thing. It's producing well over a kilowatt hour a day, that panel, which is just amazing. So yeah, I've got my big 72 volt battery in there. I've got my 72 volt inverter. I mean, this is pretty much overkill for this sort of system in here, but it's going to basically allow me to run whatever I want. I could run like a 2 kilowatt heater, you know, I could run kettles, I can run hobs. It's going to be no issue at all. This thing kicks out a just ridiculous amount of power, and it's just constantly charging from this panel, which is just brilliant. Nice little side marker lights on here all around as well. So yeah, I can show you on here. So we've got 163 watts coming in from that solar panel. And then we're going straight out into that other battery. The main secondary battery is fully charged at the moment, so that's all good. But if we look at the smart solar charger here, see we're in float mode, daily history. So we're at 0.6, it's only 12:35, we're at over half a kilowatt hour. Yesterday it was 1.27, day before it was 1, then it was getting pretty cloudy and it was just below 1. I don't know what happened there, I think that's just me testing out something, but you can see the amount of power that actually comes in. It's crazy really for just one 300 watt panel. So I've done most of this on a pretty small budget. Obviously I've done all the work myself. The materials and stuff didn't cost that much. This window is probably the most expensive thing. If you're not taking into consideration all the electrical side, which I already had, I've already got all this stuff, so I just decided to use this for something kind of interesting as a project. So that's the main reason why I'm using that kit versus kind of going and speccing a whole system out from scratch. If I was to start again from nothing, I would probably go 48 volts and do something different. But that 72 volt battery is a real eye opener when it comes to running high power stuff, because I thought someone was coming up the drive. So yeah, when you're running like really high power stuff, there's hardly any current coming out of that battery. So that 72 volt battery is only like 36 amp hours, but that's the equivalent of having a 200 amp hour battery at 12 volts. So you can see the difference. It's my little awning light on there as well. All right. So we are going to plan a little camping trip with a few friends, I think, and we're going to have to do it. There's a couple that have got kind of VW campers and all that sort of stuff, so it'll be quite interesting to kind of test it out in real life and see what actually happens. I've still got a couple of other bits to do. As I say, I'm going to stick a little fridge in there. My big cool box is probably, I think I broke that because I run it on too high voltage, but yeah, I'm going to get like a small little fridge to put in that cupboard. You know, like one of those, just a small drink one. It's mainly going to be for like one night, so do that, and maybe one of those hot water dispensers as well. You know, one of these things these days that just heats up like a cup on demand. I think that'd be really kind of power efficient. But the great thing is if it's 2,000 watts or 2,500 watts, doesn't matter, because this system in there will just run that, no problem. Right, it's a bit later now. I said I was going to show you these lights, didn't I? Right, you can already see how blooming bright this is. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Look at how bright that light is. And then we've got these like little side markers on the side here, and then around that side as well. Looks pretty smart, I think. But this is like the ultimate door light. Unbelievable. A bit dark in here. Shut this up for the night. That should go the other way around, but I stuck this on the blooming wrong way around, didn't I? I took it off to cut this hole, and it was a nightmare because this is actually narrower at this end than it is on the end back towards the wall. So I took it off and then I've kind of put it back on, and I've stuck all these walls on, and now I've stuck it the wrong way around, and I can't get it off unless I take all these wall panels off. Anyway, I've done some more bits this afternoon. I've stuck this wall on, so I've got a plywood wall on this side, and I've stuck this this monitor on. I've had to use these weird brackets because it hasn't actually got the 4 holes Visa mount on the back of this one. But it's a pretty good sized monitor, and I'm using one of these. This is what I was talking about. This is like the little Android stick. I'm going to mount this on the back of the monitor, and then I've got like kind of remote. I'm just using this keyboard at the moment. But yeah, I can fire it on anyway. Show you. Tethering this off of the phone, which I've got there, because there's no other way of doing this. I can't even pick the Wi-Fi up from the house out here. So this is truly off-grid. What I wanted to try and do is pair this Bluetooth Bose speaker that I've got here. Right, that's just paired with that. So now I should get some sound. Oh, that seems to be working. So some dodgy advert. There you go, how cool is that? Got a nice little music system in here as well. It's just lost its connection now because of the 4G signal's a bit rubbish in here. Yeah, so what I'm thinking is I'm going to stick a little shelf under here. This one, cut that down a little bit, stick that on there, and then that'll be a nice little place I can stick the speaker. I need to download like iPlayer and all that stuff. That's the good thing about this, is it's because it's got full Play Store on it, you can download anything. It doesn't have to be just TV apps. Whilst that's downloading, I'll show you what the yield was today on the system here. So if we go into here, so solar charger, daily history, so 1.27 kilowatt hours. So it's basically the same as yesterday, which is quite interesting. Maximum 237 yesterday, maximum 233 today. I might be able to squeeze a bit more power out of this actually, I might be able to tweak that. But yeah, 1.27 kilowatt hours. It's just crazy from one panel. Anyway guys, it's getting late now. I'm going to wrap this one up. Hope you've enjoyed watching the video. I'm just going to carry on messing around with this Android box and then hopefully get it all sorted out. But I'm really happy how this has kind of turned out so far and it's come together quite well. So expect more on all this sort of stuff. Follow me on Instagram. We've just started the new Kirby Bike Instagram as well, which is for the Kirby Bike brand. So go check out that Instagram. It needs some love. There's not many followers on there, so go check out that. There's going to be lots of kind of brand stuff happening on there going forward with the bike stuff. There's going to be more bike videos, all of that sort of stuff, and more of this to come. And I'll catch you in the next video, guys.